Down payment options are the #1 hurdle that most first-time homebuyers are looking to overcome when they call me. So let's analyze some ways of figuring out that solution. Okay, so first of all, if you've been planning for buying a house for a while, you should have some savings stocked away, or maybe you've strategized with some of the other options that I'll mention in a minute. But savings is obviously the best case scenario that we can imagine having in our back pocket. We need 3.5 to 5% down. Usually, if you could have more than that, that's great, but 3.5 to 5% down will get you where you're going. On a $450,000 house, 3.5% is about $15,000 or $16,000. Closing costs we can get from a seller, so don't worry about that, and I could strategize with you about that. If you want some no BS answers to any of this stuff, my contact form is in the notes below, and my phone and email address are on here somewhere, so just reach out anytime and I can give you a strategy session and figure out some ideas. Another one, at least 50% of my clients over the course of my career have considered, is getting a gift from a family member. Gift funds are an eligible option on conventional or FHA loans, so that's definitely something that we can talk about and you can consider. I'm not talking about going and levering up your family members, but sometimes you need that springboard to get you into your first house, and most family members, surprisingly, are much more willing than you'd initially think at volunteering gift funds. So that's another option to think about. Here's one other option that a lot of people kind of overlook, is your 401k can be borrowed from. If you've got a 401k you've been contributing to, that can be borrowed from, and it's not cashing the 401k out, you're just borrowing from it. IRAs are not that flexible on that scenario, but you could cash out an IRA. Your first house is kind of your best springboard for building up savings quickly. And so while these house prices are kind of softening right now, I think it's a good opportunity for you to consider. The buying activity has been pretty low, and that's when I think most people should consider buying, is when nobody else is doing it. Don't wait till everybody else is doing it to go buy a house. Real estate prices are softening right now, and I think it's a good time to consider these ideas and these options. If you're in the long-term planning mode and you want some ways to kind of build up cash savings quickly, gold prices have been going up a bunch lately. Now, if you're not a gold bug, I'm a little bit paying attention to gold, and so I've followed that lately, and it's actually worked out well for me in the last year or two. The one thing that follows gold very closely that has not gone up much in value at all is silver. So if you're looking to invest in silver and you want some ideas for how to do that, silver is ripe for basically doubling in price in the not too distant future. A lot of really expert people are talking about that. So if you want some quick ways to build up some savings, gold and silver are good alternatives to made up money, which is what US dollars are. They're just made up. So we can get into that discussion too if you'd like to talk about that a little bit more. So all these ideas kind of fit together with kind of coming up with down payment funds for buying your first house. Again, if you want some no-nonsense answers, click the link below in the notes and fill out a form and or reach out by phone or email. I'm happy to take any one of those methods of reaching out. So thanks again for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.